Right now at 6, the nation recognizes military members who've died for our freedoms.
And a city united. La Crosse residents celebrate the holiday with a long-standing tradition.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Ken Kozarowski.
And I'm Emily Brown. A man is sentenced to 18 years behind bars in connection to a firebombing incident in 2016.
That's according to an article by the Associated Press.
26-year-old Elliot Schneider was convicted in Fond du Lac County for being a party to property damage by means of explosive and reckless endangerment. Prosecutors accused Schneider of making a bomb and paying someone to plant it in another man's home. The bomb exploded in a mailbox and one person was hurt. Schneider denied the allegations.
Names of the people involved in a fatal semi versus SUV crash near Osseo have been released. According to Wisconsin DOT, a semi was parked on the right shoulder of I-94 with a flat tire when the SUV driver rear-ended the trailer. 39-year-old Przemysław Kania was driving the SUV and he suffered fatal injuries. The driver of the semi, 31-year-old Chamby Williams, suffered non-life-threatening injuries. The crash is still under investigation.
Well, we're ending Memorial Day on a rainy note with storms coming through as we speak. And I guess, Greg, is this going to continue all throughout the night?
Won't continue all throughout the night. We just had a nice crack of thunder overhead, too, kind of a close direct lightning strike. But we still have some stronger storms out there. Nothing severe, but the yellow highlighted areas where we've seen some gust winds up to maybe 45 and some nickel-sized hail, some of the stronger ones. So we've had those reports coming through right now. But for La Crosse, we've had the showers and the storm come through. We'll start seeing that decrease a little bit towards the late evening. Clouds will also start breaking up. Less in the way of showers up in Eau Claire, and I'll show you this on radar, but overall cloud cover will stick around, getting back to the mid-50s with maybe a break in there. There's your special weather statement for some counties down there, and there's for a line that's pushing across. Could contain some small hail and wind gusts, maybe up to 45. As we kind of zoom in, most of the activity is pushed to the east of La Crosse. That's the good news. Further south, you had some activity in Crawford, getting down close towards the Wisconsin River. Some of those storms, once again, could be a little bit strong. All the activity, at least the intensity of it and the coverage of it, begins to decrease as we go around 10 p.m. and as we go through 11 and 12. Really, just cloud cover up to the north, partly cloudy skies to the south. Until we get to the morning hour, we do have a few more showers coming back in for northern areas because we do have a next system coming that may impact more probably the noon commute and then maybe the evening too with more showers and storms. The good news is we do have some drier conditions are coming, and yes, the 80s are coming back. Won't be this week, but it's getting closer.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you, Greg.
Flags are flying at half-staff today as the nation honors our fallen heroes this Memorial Day. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz says today is a day to, quote, remember our fallen, pay homage to their sacrifice and courage, and recognize the selflessness of military service. And Wisconsin Governor Tony Evers says the United States' service members exemplify great courage, selflessness, dedication, and determination.
Congressman Derek Van Orden joined American Legion members and veterans at a Memorial Day service in West Salem today. Van Orden joining residents in Village Park to deliver a keynote address at the Legion's annual service. It is a solemn day for the congressman, who is a retired Navy SEAL who has spoken before about losing friends in combat. He says a service like this is a powerful reminder for the need for unity in America.
There's about 1.5 million reasons that Americans should celebrate today. And that's just over 1.5 million Americans sacrifice their lives defending our freedoms. This is why I love living here. We take the time to stop and to read the names of our fallen so that they're not forgotten.
Van Orden currently sits on the Veterans Affairs Committee in Congress and says the group has helped increase federal war memorial funding by $80 million.
Winona's Fleet Farm joined Memorial Day ceremonies with the playing of taps in the parking lot. The ceremony was part of the Taps Across America movement. It takes place at 3 p.m. every Memorial Day during the National Moment of Remembrance. Citizens observe a minute of silence to honor those who have died in military service before taps is played. Winona's Fleet Farm hosted live buglers and local color guard for the ceremony. One of the musicians says his friends who have served inspire him when he plays.
I never met nicer people, more organized people, more genuine people than the guys that served. And just to honor them, that's what it's about for me.
All 49 Fleet Farm stores in the Midwest are participating in the Taps Across America event, and tens of thousands of Americans participated in Taps Across America today.
Well, La Crosse residents celebrated the holiday with a tradition more than a century in the making.
Today, residents lined the streets downtown to see the city's annual Memorial Day parade. News 8 Now's Jeremy Wall had a front row seat to the parade where organizers and attendees say the most important part of the day is remembering those sacrificed their lives for freedom. Jeremy.
Yeah, Emily, La Crosse's Memorial Day parade has been a community staple. Some have been coming for years, and for others, today was their first time. Regardless how many years the parade has continued, the message remains the same, remembering those who paid the ultimate sacrifice for our country.
For some, it was a day of firsts.
I don't think I actually knew about the parade until this year.
For others, it was a day of tradition.
It's important for us to carry on the memory of these people and the traditions of Memorial Day.
More than 20 parade floats and bands from 4 high schools and middle schools came out to honor the city's fallen heroes.
It's kind of like a full circle thing. Growing up, seeing all the bands marching, playing patriotic music. I've always seen myself doing that, and now being able to lead a band through a Memorial Day parade is really nice.
Central High School band director Josh Barron says it's the way he says goodbye to his students for the summer.
It's our last event every single year, so it's kind of the perfect way to end the parade.
For Samuel Morris, it's the way he says thank you to those who paid the ultimate price for our country.
We have to remember all those who gave the ultimate sacrifice for us to enjoy the freedoms that we have.
Sacrifices paid on land and at sea. Today, the citizens of La Crosse say thank you.
And guys, earlier I spoke to folks who say the service at Oak Grove was a history refresher. They tell me it teaches them to look at Memorial Day as more than just the unofficial start of summer. Ken and Emily.
All right, thank you, Jeremy. Well, more Memorial Day celebrations were in place this morning in Sparta. Veterans from all over were invited to walk in the city's annual Memorial Day parade beginning at Howard Huff Park. High school and middle school marching bands and community organizations filled the streets to celebrate service members and those who lost their lives fighting for our freedoms. The parade was followed by a ceremony at Blyton Park honoring fallen soldiers. One speaker at the event said the state of Wisconsin sets a good example of how the country should recognize Memorial Day.
Our former Chief of Staff of the Army had a saying. He said, people first, winning matters. And the people of Wisconsin get it. Really, really nice, people first. Really, really hardworking, winning matters. And when you put those two things together, this state understands military service.
The celebration continued with a wreath laying at the VFW, along with a chicken queue and raffle.
They're man's best friend and can be important allies on the battlefield.
Now, service members are hoping to expand medical care for their military dogs.
How much was I paying a month for insulin?
$185.
$300.
$400. I never expected anyone to do something about it. But then Tammy Baldwin did.
She stood up to the drug companies and wrote a law capping the cost of insulin.
Thanks to Tammy, now it just costs $35 a month. She made a huge difference for so many of us.
She lifted a weight off all our shoulders.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
It's Ford SUV season. Time to get out there and take on adventure in a whole new way. Start with great offers on Ford Bronco and Bronco Sport, all equipped with 4x4 capability and with the help of GOAT modes to go over any type of terrain. It's Ford SUV season. Let's get going. Now lease a new Ford Bronco for just $369 a month for 36 months. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
Okay guys, we're all here because US Cellular has an incredible deal. Right now you can get unlimited data for just $30 a line.
Sorry, just double checking. Is it really that good of a deal?
Yeah, it's a huge deal. On top of that, you also get 4 free phones.
4 free phones! Wow, I just triple checked and that's awesome.
So go get that deal. Or at least help me clip. Did you check the expiration dates?
Oh, I can do that.
Great.
4 free phones plus unlimited data for just $30 a line. No trade-in needed. Hello, I'm Christy Halenka, Reading Program Chair at Viterbo University. Viterbo is proud to serve our area communities by providing programs that produce quality educators and leadership in our schools. Viterbo University is once again partnering with News 8 to recognize outstanding classroom teachers in the area. We look forward to working with generations of teachers and change agents for years to come. Do you know a top-notch teacher? Then go online to news8000.com or write to this address.
Preterm and early-term birth rates increase after heat waves.
That's according to a study from the University of Nevada, Reno.
Researchers looked at more than 50 million births in the U.S. over 25 years. There were slightly more preterm and early-term births when the average temperature was higher than normal for 4 straight days. And rates were even higher for babies born to younger minority women with less education.
The active ingredient in popular weight loss drugs may also protect kidney function in people who are taking the drug to fight obesity or cardiovascular disease. Trial data presented at the ERA Congress in Sweden found those taking semaglutide were 22% less likely to have an adverse kidney-related event.
When U.S. soldiers are injured in the line of duty, they can count on some of the best medical care in the world. The U.S. Army wants military dogs to receive that same standard of care.
A new partnership with veterinarian leaders is helping that mission. Bradley Blackburn explains.
Military working dogs serve on front lines around the globe. And now U.S. Army veterinarians are training on the front lines at home, embedding in Blue Pearl veterinary emergency rooms.
They spend 3 weeks rotating with our emergency doctors, our specialists, really to get their hands on these cases, do some of the procedures that they may have to do when they're abroad.
The partnership, which comes at no cost to the Army, gives military veterinarians 70 hours of online training and then real-world experience, treating pet trauma before encountering it on a battlefield.
In a combat scenario, the risks are that there would be a gunshot wound or there would be in the proximity of an explosive device.
Colonel Deborah Whitmer says some 1,700 dogs are working across the military. Their roles are essential and they're valuable, highly trained assets.
They're what we call a force multiplier.
They also create tight bonds with their human partners.
Rarely do you see a soldier cry, but I have seen them shed tears and get emotional when talking about their canine partners.
Absolutely. And it oftentimes is the strongest, biggest, toughest individual who has that intensely emotional connection.
A new way to help all warriors get the best care, even those serving on 4 legs. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News.
A dozen military vets have already gone through the full pilot program.
And they hope dozens more will embed with Blue Pearl hospitals in the coming years.
Well, the Vatican hosted the first World Children's Day this weekend.
And Pope Francis delivered a special mass focused on young people impacted by war.
And though we have showers tapering off this evening, we have another round coming for your Tuesday. I'll break down when to expect it and then exactly how, when we're going to see some dry conditions and maybe even 80s return. That all coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
It's Kubota Orange Days. Shop the year's biggest selection of Kubota equipment and get 0% APR for 84 months or up to $3,300 off select compact tractors.
Visit any of your local Johnson Tractor dealerships in Menominee, Baldwin, Osseo, and Arcadia.
Tammy Baldwin is a hypocrite. During COVID, she told us to stay home, but used your money to fly to New York to live with her girlfriend at her lavish multi-million-dollar apartment. Baldwin pretends she's for Wisconsin, then jets off to Hollywood to raise money from celebrities. And Baldwin says she's cleaning up Congress, but hires lobbyists to her D.C. staff. Two-faced Tammy, a hypocrite we can't trust. Fix Washington PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Get an 11% rebate on your next project at Menards. Give any room a fresh look with durable Mohawk tile. Mohawk features over 350 ceramic, porcelain, mosaic, and glass tiles. Montrose porcelain tiles are just 99 cents each after rebate. Transform your home with top appliance brands including KitchenAid, Maytag, Whirlpool, Amana, and Criterion. Save over $400 on this Whirlpool electric range after sale price and 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
If there's one thing we like, it's choices. Find yours with Ford F-150. Gas, hybrid, or all electric. Whether it's towing, powering up, or getting from 0 to 60 in 3.8 seconds, what you choose to do with that much power is up to you. Tough this smart can only be called F-150.
Get 1.9 for 72 on F-150 XLT and F-150 Lightning. Plus, for limited time, $7,500 IRA tax credit on F-150 Lightning.
News 8 Now and Dairyland Power Cooperative present the Community Calendar.
Come and watch the competition unfold at the 2024 WIAA State Track and Field Championships in La Crosse. The two-day competition showcases elite high school track and field athletes from across the state. June Dairy Days returns, May 31st through June 2nd, featuring vendors, events, food, fun, family entertainment, a parade, and so much more.
For more information on these events, or if you'd like to submit an event, visit news8000.com.
It's Kubota Orange Days. Shop the year's biggest selection of Kubota equipment and get 0% APR for 84 months or up to $3,300 off select compact tractors.
Visit any of your local Johnson Tractor dealerships in Menominee, Baldwin, Osseo, and Arcadia.
You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
Pope Francis had a serious message for children over the weekend.
The Vatican hosted the first World Children's Day with 50,000 children from around the world in attendance. The pontiff delivered a special mass at the end of the event, asking everyone to pray for young people who are suffering from injustice and war. Tanya brought her 1-month-old son, Elia. She says the gathering is a sign of hope.
I think it's a great day for all the children of the world. It's a difficult world now, especially now, but we want to be positive about our future.
The weekend also had some bright moments for the kids, a friendly game of soccer in Rome's Olympic Stadium, and some comic relief from the iconic Italian actor Roberto Benigni. With kids visiting from more than 100 countries, the Vatican estimates this is the biggest gathering of children in St. Peter's Square ever. The Pope announced the second World Children's Day will be September of next year.
Oh, that looks like such a fun event, actually.
It does.
From all different cultures and countries coming together to play.
I know.
To play like that and get a blessing.
Yeah.
I like it. All right, well, we do have some storms coming through right now as we speak all throughout the region. Let's send it over to Greg for the latest on that.
Yeah, we certainly have storms this evening. They're going to taper off a little bit later in the evening, but then we got another round coming tomorrow too. So tomorrow still cool conditions, still in the 60s. The good news, if you want dry conditions, at least the 70s back Wednesday and Thursday, especially Thursday looks like we're going to climb back up too. For the severe threat, we've had some reports of some small hail up to maybe nickel and also some gusty winds. So there's a limited impact. We could have some stronger storms here for about maybe a couple more hours. Then that threat really diminishes quite quickly. Overall, here's that line that's been weakening, kind of hugging the Mississippi River as it tries to push east. Unfortunately, the stronger storms are going to continue to push southeast, and they're going to struggle to push further east into the area. So Black River Falls, Sparta, over to eastern Vernon County, Richland County, you might have some storms, but they are looking more like they're going to probably be just showers. And all the activity is further to the south of Eau Claire, except up toward Ladysmith, where they've had some light rain and showers. So overall, the activity is beginning to drop off a little bit, but you still could see a stronger storm too for probably the next hour. Then as we get closer to 8 to 9, the overall intensity of the activity and the coverage begins to shrink down as the sun sets, and then as we get towards 10, 11, just a few showers remaining, especially further north and east to go. Clearing skies to the south, and that'll be the trend overnight. Clouds will remain up to the north, and then as we get closer to the morning commute, you might start to see a few more showers get close to Eau Claire, up to Ladysmith area, and that'll begin the next system that comes through, and the coverage starts to increase as we go throughout the morning. Really, I think by noon we'll start seeing some of the activity approach there by Eau Claire with some showers and storms, and then during the daytime in the afternoon we'll start seeing the activity pop back up with maybe a stronger storm or two. Temperatures getting back up into just the low to mid 60s, and then in the evening hour the activity will continue to the evening commute, hit and miss showers, mainly maybe a storm, but I think most of it will be showers. And then as we go toward 9 and 10 this time tomorrow night, clearing skies, and the activity is good because we're going to dry out, and that's the story going into Wednesday. Despite that northerly wind, which will keep the temperatures a little bit below average, still dry conditions overall. Then going into Thursday, the big story is the winds begin to turn because we have another system that's approaching by Friday, that's the one we're kind of keeping an eye on for Friday. Right now, it looks fairly weak. Don't see much in the way of severe threat going from Friday into Saturday. We'll keep an eye and see if that changes. But Thursday ahead of it, that southerly wind will help those temperatures potentially get close to 80, mid to upper 70s definitely. So that's what we're doing. Just got about a couple more days of the wet conditions, one more day of the wet conditions, and then we do dry out for at least 2 more days. But tonight, showers and storms will come kind of taper off. A few showers remaining up to the north overnight hours. Then as we get up, we're going to start seeing that activity really increase towards the noon and then the afternoon and evening. Temperatures below average, just getting up into the mid 60s with all the showers going on. Low 60s up to the north. So another cool day, but that does change to go into Wednesday. We'll get back up into the low 70s. Then the mid to upper 70s Thursday before that system comes through Friday through Sunday, with one kind of following it behind that too. So a lot of question marks on exactly how the coverage is from Friday all the way through next Tuesday. But notice the temp trends. We're going to be 70s. And next week looks like, I think a lot of the week will be back in the low 80s, which our average is getting closer and closer to the 80 by the time we get to like the second week of June. Then.
All right, a lot to like there.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Greg. Coming up next in sports, Craig Counsell makes his return to Milwaukee. And as we get ready for state track, you'll hear from one Holman sprinter who has her eyes set on gold. Cade is up next.
Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions, your choice for quality, affordable windows, installed by our experienced team. Contact us or stop into our showroom today for your free estimate.
Senator Baldwin says I'm not from Wisconsin, but this was my childhood home. Graduated East High, became a Badger in '86, where I've had my company for over 20 years.
And this is where we live. It's our family home.
I'm a fourth-generation Wisconsinite. It made me who I am. If Senator Baldwin's not going to be honest with you about where I'm from, what makes you think she'll be honest with you about anything? I'm Eric Hovde, and I approve this message.
It's only paint. It's only paint that comes in an award-winning twist and pour container. It's only paint that can cover the brightest shade of orange known to mankind in just one coat. It's only paint that will inspire you to write your masterpiece. It's only paint that will help you become TV's hottest writer, where one day you'll meet this guy who starred in that thing. So yeah, it's only paint. Only easy opening, smooth pouring, change your life both professionally and romantically. Paint.
If you're not a caregiver now, you will be someday. Nomo can help. Nomo uses simple motion and movement sensors to check on mom's day inside the house. Mom's in the kitchen? It shows up in the Nomo app. Mom opens the fridge? You know. And when something you expect doesn't happen, you know that too. Normal day for mom? Good to know. Not normal. That's when you need to know. No more, worry less. Nomo Smart Care. N-O-M-O Smart Care.
If you've been injured in a car accident, call Schwabel, Getz & Sieben today.
I absolutely would recommend Schwabel, Getz & Sieben to anybody. We got back from the hospital, and the moment we walked through the front door, there was already piles of bills stacked up. And I called our attorney, and he goes, "You just focus on getting better. You just forward those right to us, and we'll take care of that." And he did.
Schwabel, Getz & Sieben will fight to get you a fair settlement. Call or visit Schwabel.com today for a free consultation.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports with Cade Overton.
What an exciting week of high school sports. Baseball and softball playoffs continue throughout the week, and then we've got state track right here in La Crosse at the end of the week. A lot of great athletes from our area going for gold, including a young sprinter from Holman. Lydia Lazarescu is a sophomore at Holman High School, and she is fast. She'll enter the state track meet with the fastest 100-meter seed time in Division I, and she's also got a chance to medal in the 200. Her coaches say she's a fierce competitor, and when the competition gets better, she runs even faster. That all started on the playground when she would race her classmates at recess, oftentimes finishing in first.
In like third grade and like elementary school, like I would always race the boys at the pacer test, and anytime we were out at recess, I would grab the fastest boys I could and I would race them. I remember begging my mom to sign me up for track in third grade because I was like, I would just always beat the boys at recess, and then there was this one guy who was like, "I do track, like you need to do track, like I want to race you all the time," and I was like, "Oh yeah, I will join."
I think she made a good decision there. The Holman squad as a whole has 10 individual qualifiers. They'll get things started on Friday. A big day in Milwaukee. Not only do we have a rivalry series between the Brewers and the Cubs, but today, the first time Craig Counsell returns to Milwaukee, and it was not a warm welcome. Yeah, a lot of boos being heard during a Counsell tribute video. Don't get me wrong, he's a Brewer legend, but when these fans found out he was going to the Cubs, they were not happy. Not a lot of offense in this one. Cubs would get 2 on with no out in the 7th, but Brian Hudson comes in and shuts the door. A huge strikeout. Cubs leave 2 stranded. We remain scoreless. 8th inning, and we've got action. 2 on for William Contreras. He lines it off the glove of the third baseman. Frelick rounds third. He comes in to score. Brewers take the lead. 2 batters later, Willy Adames on a 3-0 count. And are you serious? Adames sends this pitch to the moon, dead center field, and it's not even close. A 3-run home run as the Brewers back up the boos and take the win 5-1. Twins also in action, hosting the Kansas City Royals for some Memorial Day baseball. Scoreless in the 3rd. But with a runner on, Jose Miranda gets all of that pitch high and deep to center field, and it's into the bullpen for a 2-run shot. Twins take the lead. Few innings later, 2 on for Trevor Larnach, and he gives this pitch a drive to right field. That's into the upper deck for a 3-run home run. Twins take a 5-0 lead. Royals threatening to the 9th, but with 2 on and 2 out, Duran gets the grounder, and that'll end it. 6-5, Twins win. It's also the Logger season opener. They're on the road in Mankato. I'll have an update tonight. We'll be right back.
Everyone's vision needs are unique. At Shopko Optical, our caring team of professionals will work with you to ensure your vision is at its best. Shopko Optical can help you experience every detail, color, and breathtaking sight in clarity.
People that have come to me for financial coaching have told me that they've learned more from me in 10 minutes than they did with their other guy in 10 years. Or they'll tell me, I've never looked at things from that angle before. If you want to learn more about financial management and your future, come see me. I'll do it for free, no invoice. Give the money man a call at Firefighters Credit Union. Let's make things happen.
When patients want to address their smoking or vaping, doctors refer them to smokefree.gov for free help. Chat online with an expert. Build your plan to address smoking, vaping, or chewing tobacco. Sign up for free texts from people like you. Doctors know they go at your pace. Visit smokefree.gov. That's smokefree.gov. Smokefree.gov.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see. Don't need glasses. See us for your contacts and save on your annual supply.
There's current radar. We still have a stronger storm probably down towards Viroqua in that area, just kind of southeast. Otherwise, all the activity decreases, but we got another round coming for Tuesday and dry Wednesday and Thursday.
All right. Thanks for joining us tonight at 6.
We'll see you at 10.